Good evening, Harlem and Harlems of the world. I'm Terri Wisdom. This is Harlem Network News. And our theme for today, is the Harlem Fine Arts Show, which is celebrating 18 years. 18 years. And it will begin on Friday with a red dot event and go through Saturday and Sunday. We have one of our featured artists here in the person of Stuart McClean. Stuart, would you just introduce yourself to the folks and tell us who you are, whose you are, and a bit about your art journey and the kind of work you do? Thank you.
Hi, my name is Stuart McClean. I'm a visual artist. Originally from Trinidad and Tobago. Came to New York City to study fashion and got back on the art scene after many years. And I've continued my art journey as a visual fine artist. I've been doing this for nearly 40 years, and it's been a wonderful journey for me. My style is called abstract figuratism. My images have a raised effect, so it's
Mm,
like a 3D effect to my work, and
okay.
it's created by me painting flat as opposed to on an easel. Most of my detail is done flat on a drafting table as opposed to painting on an easel with a
Okay.
brush. So I combine brush and using tubes of paint to create different images and different styles that I really enjoyed. But most of my pieces are very vibrant. So they capture my Caribbean heritage, and I live in New Orleans now. My wife Denise,
Okay.
so it's a vibe of and I have a piece that's a combination of my Caribbean heritage and my New Orleans vibe that I'm going to be featuring at the show this weekend. One of my pieces, so
Okay.
it's
Okay.
something I really enjoy. As I said, my mother was my mother was a as an artist also. And so I've captured, I've got this vibe honestly, So it's just something my mother will paint on anything. If it's a can, it's a bottle, it's a
Okay.
whatever. She'll paint on
So so
any and
so you
everything.
grew up art, you grew up
Yeah,
painting.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Very, very. And if you know anything about Trinidad and Tobago, it's I will always say it's the greatest carnival in the world because I've seen the culture, I've seen the costumes in
Mhm.
Brazil and different parts of the country. I'm not
Okay.
saying this, but I've seen the culture, I've seen the type of costumes, type of work we put into it in Trinidad and Tobago, and it's nothing like it in the world. Nothing
Okay.
like it in the world. And
Okay.
I'm not just prejudiced to that because I'm Trinidadian, but it's a natural fact when you look at the workmanship. So a lot of I consider myself Afro Caribbean, and most Afro Caribbean people, are African or Afro Caribbean people, are very talented in different ways. So
Okay.
it comes out in different. It come out in fashion, it come out in quilting, it come out of certain designs that they make, dresses, sculpture, carving, whatever. But in Trinidad, I think it's because of Carnival and because of what we do there, and it's a very mixed culture. There's people from all over the world. East
Mhm.
Indians, Africans, Europeans, people from all different parts of the universe emerge on Trinidad, and it's a really big melting pot. So
Okay.
creativity is very, very important in Trinidad.
Okay. So you just that creativity is in your
Yeah,
DNA for sure.
it's in my bones. It's in my bones,
Okay.
and it's in my blood, and it runs deep. And it's something that I love what I do, and I love talking about what I do, and letting people experience my work and feel my work, feel the texture.
Mhm. Okay. So the
I don't know of any other. I know there's some, but the, any other artist right now that does only all originals. I do only all originals. I
wow.
don't reproduce my work at all. I just do one of a kind originals. And I
Okay.
do that, and I don't reproduce it because the texture that I have on my work, when you see it, it's something you could touch and feel, and the effect is raised.
Mhm.
So it's hard to capture that type of effect with a
In a
reproduction.
reproduction.
A
Okay.
reproduction. So
Okay.
I'm one of the guys that choose chose to just be an original artist. Sometimes I think about it from a financial perspective of reproducing some work to get to the people that can't just afford. But I have pieces from $50 all the way up to thousands of dollars. So if it's
Okay.
something
Okay. So
somebody
there's
could like,
something for everybody. So that's a
everybody.
great thing. Now, making that transition, because you said you came and you were going to school for fashion, and then you just made a transition to the painting. Um,
Well, doing what I wanted to do when I did fashion in Trinidad, I started to make sandals, and then I started to make shoes and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
that's something that was my livelihood in Trinidad.
I
I
see.
created sandals for stores and
Hmm.
fashion designers in Trinidad. I don't know if
Mhm.
people might remember Janelle Penny Carmijan. She was the first Black Miss Universe ever.
Yes. Yes.
She
Beautiful.
was from Trinidad, and she opened a boutique in Port of Spain. I would make sandals and shoes for her, Claudia Pigas, who's one of the top fashion designers in Trinidad and Tobago. I'd
Okay.
make sandals for them, and then I elevated it to like mass boots and shoes and different things like that. So
Mhm.
I came here basically to study the business of doing leather and starting a leather. Then when I got here, I started to make leather goods and sell them on the street. And then
Okay.
I ended up being designing work for Patricia Field, graffiti. But these are some of the pieces that I sold to. I did the work here and sold to different. I started to wholesale and reproduce them for design
Mhm.
and also what we call it department stores.
Okay. Okay. So that's an interesting journey as an artist. And then
Yes, it is.
it appears that you've had success
Yeah.
and
Yes.
success loving what you do.
Yes.
Because I
Always.
understand that you made a transition and you had a gallery in Atlanta for
Yes. I had a
many
gallery here in
years.
New York City. I had a gallery here in New York City called Close Art
Hmm.
in Harlem for like maybe 4 or 5 years.
Okay. Called Clothes
Then I
Art.
moved,
Okay.
yeah, Close Art in Harlem, right
Nice.
down the street,
Hmm.
132nd Street, 131st Street, right down the street from the precinct,
Okay.
right down there, and
Uh-huh.
in Harlem, and by where the statue of Reluk Bey, I think it was 131st. I can't remember the street.
Okay.
Statue of Reluk right there, right down from the precinct down there. And
Okay.
I
Nice.
had a gallery called Close Art for
Hmm.
a while.
Hmm.
And if anybody knows that gentleman by the name of Bond that does hat, he
Yes,
was
Bun
in the same.
Hats. Bun
Yeah, he
Hats
was
is
in the.
still right here in Harlem.
Yes, he
Yes,
was in the.
yes.
He was there with me after being in
Okay.
Brooklyn for many years, and we were
Uh,
there together. And then he transformed back onto I think it was what Seventh Avenue. Where
yes,
his shop is
yes,
still there
yes,
now. Shop
yes.
is
Adam
still there.
Clayton Powell Jr.
Clayton
Boulevard,
Fuller,
Seventh Avenue.
Boulevard. Yes,
That's
Seventh
right.
Avenue.
Okay. So
So
tell
I was
us.
there for a while. Then I moved from New York to Atlanta, opened two galleries
Mhm.
in Atlanta, and then opened a really large gallery where I showcased the artwork of many of the prominent Afro-Caribbean artists and many artists that are very prominent right now, like um, um, Kevin Williams, Charlie Palmer, Phyllis Stevens, Grace Keester, Maurice Evans,
Mm,
I mean, Woodrow Nash. You could
mm.
go on and
Beautiful,
on with it. Karen
beautiful,
Buster. I mean, you could go on
beautiful.
Quantra Brown. I literally had maybe 30 something artists with just all original artwork in my gallery for many years.
Mm. Okay. So, I mean, you're saying this so casually, but this is a gift,
Yes,
as an artist to be able to translate it into business and bring other artists in and run a gallery
yes,
for 40 years. And I mean, Atlanta, I know, is that place,
yes, it
because we
is.
know politics and art go
It is.
together. So, there was a lot of, Black mayor and this and that,
Yeah.
a lot
Well,
of building. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of my greatest accomplishments was being able to host the Alvin Ailey Dance Theater at my gallery for 3 years straight.
Ah,
When they
okay.
did, I hosted their gala down there at my gallery for 3 years straight.
Mm.
So that's one of my largest That's one of the accomplishments I really, really, I,
Wow.
I just love being able to do that. You know, being able to host them there. Such a um, such a well-known, established dance
Mm.
theater, and
Yes.
the culture and the heritage that they brought all over the world. I was
Hmm.
able to host their gala when they came to perform in Atlanta
Wow. That's
at the
history.
Stuart
What
McClean
was the
Gallery.
name of your Atlanta gallery, and does it still exist, or what's
Stuart
going?
McClean Gallery. It's been closed for a few years. It's been
Uh-huh.
closed
What
for
was
a
the
few
name
years.
of it again, please?
Stuart McClean Gallery.
Okay.
It was the
Okay.
Stuart McClean Gallery, the old Fort one in Atlanta. If I should
Mm,
say so, it was an amazing space. Amazing space.
mm.
You know, it was totally different. The outside looked like nothing, but when you come into the inside, I should say that, but it was an old loft building.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I took it, and it was a huge space. I turned four lofts into an amazing gallery, if I should say so myself.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And now you're
Yeah.
in New Orleans, which is a whole nother kind of
Yeah,
art and
that's another artistic area too. I mean, Mardi Gras was just finished yesterday, so
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. How powerful. So, what are your expectations? Have you done the Harlem Fine Arts Show before?
From the beginning.
Okay. Okay.
I've
So
been,
you're a veteran.
I missed last year because of the weather. We got caught in a snowstorm, and
Hmm.
missed another year. So I've done 16 of the 18 years,
Wow. Okay.
and I
That's
did it before the Harlem Fine Arts Show was the fine Black Fine Arts Show at the Puck Gallery
okay.
in
Mm.
Lower Manhattan. So I
Okay.
did that, and this was a branch off from that show. So I've
Hmm.
been doing this for many, many years.
Okay. Okay. So we look forward. And where can folks find you and get some of these beautiful raised
Well,
original pieces?
I will be here at the Harlem Fine Arts Show for the next from the 20th to the 22nd, and you can find me on Stuart McClean Fine Art Instagram,
Okay.
uh,
Okay. Okay.
same thing on what's the other one? I can't remember.
Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, all
Yeah.
that stuff you can
All
find
of
on
those, you
there.
can find him, and you can find him
Yeah,
right at
Stuart
the
McClean Fine
Harlem
Art. Yeah.
Fine Arts Gallery. So we encourage everybody to come on down, support.
Yes,
And
yes.
it's just amazing to see art flourishing and selling. And, art is something to invest in for sure.
Yes, and as I
Yes.
tell people, one of the only things that does not depreciate in a bad or a good economy is art, you know, and we might sell it for a lower price if the economy is different. If the economy, I shouldn't say bad, if the economy is different. The artist might sell a piece for cheaper, but that does never depreciate the
The
price
work,
of the artwork.
the work, the
That
value.
always stays,
Hmm.
keeps going up. You can see in history, always
Hmm.
keeps going up. And my
Okay.
main goal is right now an older artist and an older header is to get collectors to start supporting the young masters, the young guys that are really doing serious work
Hmm.
and are worthy of collecting their pieces. Because when they get older, you're going to be saying, you know, hey man, I should have got it back then, you know.
Right, right.
So encourage the younger artists, encourage them to grow,
Mhm,
encourage them to build their brand, encourage them to
mhm.
talk to them about what they do, teach them the business of art, not just being
Okay.
an artist.
Well,
You also have to do the business of art.
it's very clear that you know the business of art. So
Yeah, I've done it
you
for a long time.
and and it's great, doing interviews and experiencing how people have done it. It's not often necessary to reinvent the wheel. You can talk to those who have been on the journey.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
thank you
And there
so
are a
much.
lot of art dealers and there are a lot of artists are willing to share. They're willing to share. You know, Frank Fraser, Richard Beavers. You talk about all these guys that are Danny Jenkins, Walter Shannon and his wife. I mean, these are people you could talk to about your journey. There's a new young man, um, Scott Terry, who's
Mhm.
in Milwaukee. He's starting his journey, and he's a wonderful young man that's going to grow, and he's going to represent a lot of young artists and bring them to the forefront.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. And once again, everybody needs to come on down to
Come
the
on to the Harlem Fine
Harlem.
Arts Show.
That's right. Thank you.
Bring your
Okay.
family and friends to him and let them
Okay.
support us.
Blessings. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank
We
you for having me.
appreciate you and we've learned from you. That's
Thank
important.
you.
Thank you for paving the way.
Have a wonderful evening.
Yes, sir. You too. Take care.
Thank you.